Alright, welcome back to Knowledge Bits, everybody. I was talking about being yourself, and then I was talking about trying new things. That's what it was. So, trying new things. If you do not try new things, you can miss out on a lot of different things in life. And I don't just mean like, oh, there's so much to experience in the world. What I mean by that is that there are things that you probably have not tried that you would enjoy. For example, for me, in 7th grade, that's what I mentioned, I think. That in 7th grade, I was finally introduced into a musical instrument. I started playing the trumpet. And the only reason I played it was because I was put into marching band. And I didn't choose it. I didn't choose anything. I just went to middle school and I was like, all right, cool. Like, let's go. There's a secret right here. Boom. Let's go. That's what happened, right? Sorry, I'm being quiet because I don't want to mess this up. Oh, see what happens when I try? I should just not try. Alright, so I was gonna try to get through it and then start talking. That's not gonna happen. Oh my goodness. Is there a Diddy somewhere? There he is. So yes, I was put into marching band. And I still remember what happened. I mean, I don't remember everything, but I remember that I was in the class. I was in 7th grade. I had a few friends in that class. And I'm dead. I'm dead. So I had a few friends in that class, and then I remember the teacher going around saying if we had a preference for which instrument to play. And I said I didn't. And in reality, I did. I wanted to play the drums because most guys, oh my god, most guys wanted to play the drums. And I didn't want to play the drums because they wanted to play the drums. I wanted to play the drums because I actually was interested in it. But because they wanted to play the drums, I'm like, well, I don't want to just pick what everyone else is picking. So I told her, I don't have a preference. Well, you guys want to do this for me? My god. He's dead. So yeah. And so I said that, right? I said I didn't have a preference, even though I really wanted to play the drums. And what ended up happening is she put me on trumpet because she needed trumpets. That's what she told me. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so I started playing the trumpet. Little did I know that I was going to love the trumpet. I love that instrument. It is one of my favorite instruments. And I wish I could just... Ugh. I need to take my time on this level. It's like I only have 12 minutes to get back to where I was. Dude! Okay. Alright. Give me a minute, okay? I'll get back to the trumpet. I just need to get through this. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, so after alligator, guys, gotta be careful. Anyways, I'm just gonna start talking about the trumpet. So, I started playing the trumpet, right? I never knew how much I was gonna love it. It's a very, very difficult instrument to play well. At least for me it was, right? And this is the thing. I can play decently. I'm not amazing by any sense. I'm alright. I'm decent. I can play some stuff. I almost fell for that again. Go. I can play pretty decently when I practice. And dude, come on. but I loved it. I remember when I started playing it, I practiced almost every day for like an hour or two. And so I got pretty good pretty quickly, at least by, by a beginner's pretty good. And then I joined the advanced band before half a year passed, and I became their first chair because their first chair quit, and I was better than their other trumpet players. So I was like, oh, cool. And so yeah, so I really liked it. And the reason I brought that up was because I never even considered playing the trumpet. It was never a thought. It was just something that happened. And I got lucky. And some of us are not going to be so lucky. Some of us have to try things in order for us to experience it. I kind of was just thrown into the situation, And so it's important to try things, because if you don't try it, you're never going to know things that you missed out in your life that you would have enjoyed, So for me, for example, one thing that I wish I had done a lot more when I was younger was dancing. My girlfriend, she's Mexican, loves dancing. She's a great dancer, has fun. That's the best way to dance. If you're not having fun with it, you're not doing it right. And yeah, she's a lot of fun. And we went to our friend's wedding, and it was really fun. We were drinking a little bit. I was drinking more than her. But it was really fun. And this is the thing. I'm not really a good dancer. I barely know very basic stuff. That's actually how we kind of met, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I basically know like the bare minimum of like Latino dancing, like cumbias and just basic steps, I don't really know too much. And that's why I say that I wish I would have learned it more when I was younger, because I always wanted to be decent at it, but I never did it. And that's the issue. I just never went for it, and I never tried it. And when I was in high school, I never cared for it either. When I was in high school, I had friends that were Latinas. They would like dancing and stuff, and they would tell me, and I'm like, no, I'm just not that kind of a person, Then I get to college, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should have, because there's times when I want to go to places where it's like people dance and everything, and I don't know anything, and it was kind of hard. And now it's like I have a lot of fun with my girlfriend whenever we dance to anything, whenever we're in the car, or when we don't really go to a lot of parties, but if we're at a place or something, we really enjoy it. And that's the thing. I would have enjoyed it a lot more if I would have started sooner. But I mean, I can't change that, and I'm not regretting how I was or anything. I'm just trying to give you some perspective on, okay, there's so much that life has to offer. If I don't try new things, I might miss. I thought it was another secret. Well, I got, what's his name? Ramby. I got Ramby. So the only reason I bring this up is because I want you guys to not be afraid to try things. Sometimes it's a little bit weird because you're not used to it, so it feels a little uncomfortable. And I just want to say that's okay. There's nothing wrong with feeling uncomfortable. That's normal. You just have to do it, because this is the thing. Being yourself, I believe that being yourself has a lot to do with you trying new things in your life too. Because otherwise, get the 4. Okay, at least I got 4 lives. Because otherwise you're gonna miss so much. Like, let me put it this way. This is how I think of it. I always liked dancing. I just never had it. I had never experienced it though, so I've never. So that was the issue. You know what I mean? So dancing had always been in me. I just never brought it out, and that's how I think of it. And that's how I think about other things in life. It's like, let's say for example, let's say you say, oh, I don't like sports, right? But you haven't tried every sport in the world. And then let's say you don't like sports because you don't like the contact, or you don't like the pressure or whatever, and then you play something like golf. And you're like, you know what? I really like golf. It's kind of therapeutic for me. That's good. But the thing was that because you had a mindset of, oh, I don't like sports, golf is a sport, so I don't like golf, you have a misconception of you're not going to like it. And that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes we what's the term? We shoot ourselves in the foot because we assume things based off of how we speak about certain things. I don't know if that sentence made sense, but I hope it kind of did. My point is that we need to try things in order to see what we like and what we don't like. For example, I like soccer. You know why I like soccer? Because I tried it. Of course, I tried it with my dad because he played soccer as I was growing up, and I loved it a lot because of him. But at the end of the day, I always liked soccer. I just needed to play it so I could know it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. No! Oh, Donkey Kong, you stumpy bastard. And that's what I'm saying. Just try new things. Because that's another good thing too about making friends and hanging out with people that have different interests than you. You will try new things, and you will probably find things that you like, and you will be certain of things that you don't like too. And that's fine. You're not going to like everything in life, and that's okay. Just make sure that you experience things and try them out before you assume that you don't like it. Just because you haven't tried a sport that you don't like doesn't mean you don't like sports. That just means you don't like, let's say, soccer, football, basketball. But you haven't tried any other sports. Like, oh, well, I don't like sports. Like, yeah, you don't like those sports, but you might like something else. Try tennis, try golf, try volleyball, try, I don't know, badminton, something, you know? Oh, come on. I hope he disappeared. Dude, get out of here. But yeah, don't be afraid to try new things. It's very important. Live life to the fullest, guys. That's the thing. Live life the way you want to live it, but also don't dismiss parts of life. Don't dismiss parts of life just because you're being stubborn or something. And that's the thing too. If you haven't tried something, try it. It could be fun. And this is another point I want to make. Just because you tried something for 2 minutes doesn't mean you fully tried it. Try something for half an hour, try something for 2 hours, try something for a week, try something for a month. Then you'll see if you like it. Because most things, we're not going to like it right away. It's just because we're not used to it. We haven't gotten to the fun part. We haven't gotten to the part where it's like, oh, I enjoy this because I'm good at this part of this event, game, whatever. For example, many of you guys play video games. So I'm sure some of you at least have experienced this. For me, there are games that I've played. There are games that I've played for hours until I started liking it. This also applies to books. There are books. So I'm a terrible reader. I'm not quick to, like, I can read the words. I just mean the words, not the words, but like the scenarios don't start forming in my head for a very long time. I have to read about 100 pages in a book for me to start picturing things. I don't have a very good imagination just like that. But this is the thing. I've read books that I enjoyed, that I came to enjoy after getting through like 50 pages, you know? And sometimes people will be like, you know what? I read the first 3 pages and I'm not a fan of it. And it's like, dude, you're not a fan of it because you haven't experienced it. You have to try it out. And same exact way. Are you kidding me? And that's the thing. With life, you just have to try things and really try them, not just like, oh well, I played soccer for 2 minutes and that's, dude, how do I keep making the same mistakes? Never mind, I just made another one. And yeah, and you just have to be patient. You have to be very patient. Because a lot of times we'll tell ourselves we don't like it, we don't want to do it, it's not something that interests us, whatever we tell ourselves. But remember, you're only shooting yourself in the foot by not trying things, by not giving it a true chance. If you don't like working out, how long have you worked out for? For a day? For 2 days? And then you decided you didn't like it? Try it for a month. Consistently. Not like, oh, I went to the gym once a week for... No. I'm saying go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week for a month. See if it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel good. If you start enjoying certain parts of it, at least. Because in the same way as sports, to me anyways, going to the gym is like, well, there are certain things about going to the gym that I'm like, well, I like certain parts of the gym more than others, you know? I like working out certain parts more than others. That's just how it is. Hey, I beat it. And it's going to be the same thing with everything else. There's usually something in any part of your life that, so let me reword this. With everything in life, there's usually something that you can enjoy about it, but most of us focus on what we don't like. Stop doing that. Focus on what you like. You will learn to appreciate certain things in life a lot more. You know what? I was going to do this, but I think I'm going to save this for next time. So I'm going to save this game. I'm going to pick up right here where I left off. But if you came, listened, thanks for coming and joining. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, please. I know it sounds so repetitive from every YouTube video, but it's very necessary for us to be able to get the exposure, especially for me early on, guys. I would appreciate it. But anyways, other than that, love you. Thank you for being here. Have a good day and stay safe. Remember, be yourself. It's very important that you be yourself, okay? All right, goodbye.